Go.
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Well, this song goes out to anybody.
Let's go. Let's go.
Somebody that might want to hold on to. Somebody that they go home to at night. See, that's what I call a good thing. I got me a good thing too. And see, I don't want to lose. Listen, I used to hang out every night, running around in the clubs. Yeah, I thought I had everything.
Good evening, everybody.
Thought I never needed love. That's when God sent his angels straight down from up above.
Let's go, y'all.
Came and swept me off my feet. Showed me the meaning of true love. Now I'm free. Yeah, they ask me.
Let's go. Let's
why I
go.
don't hang like I used to. Some even laugh and call my name like old man and part of Uber. But I found me a
Hey, Max.
and I don't care what they say. Tell them when I get time I might come through, but I can't come through to stay. Can't stay too long.
Thank you for the gifts, everybody. Y'all come on in.
Black girl, she waiting. I don't wanna be foolish. Got a good thing going on, and I ain't trying to lose it. Can't stay too long. I gotta keep moving. See my girl, she at the house. I know that she waiting on me with a big smile on her face.
Good evening, everybody.
Good, smelling real nice and sweet. She know I'm out on the road.
What we talking about tonight? Good evening, everybody. I'm Dr. Sim, host of the Blue Table Talk for Men. Hope everybody had a good week. And then my boy Yella is in the building. Who's it? King George. King George. Too long. King George. Be here tonight, y'all. I'm Dr. Sims, host of the Blue Table Talk for Men. Let's go, my man, Yella Fayella.
Yes,
What's
sir.
up, big man?
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Listen,
How you doing?
It's been a rough 2 weeks, and I can't apologize enough for not making it to the last few. It's been Lord,
Talk to us.
the stories I got, y'all. I'm telling you, the stories I got. Well, it's hard. It's hard to think straight when you hot in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Hello. That's how we grew up. That's how we grew up. What's up, fella? Rory Sneakies. What's up, everybody? What's
going
up?
on?
How y'all doing?
What's
I'm good.
happening?
I'm good. Can you hear me? Hope you can hear me.
Oh yeah.
We hear you loud and clear.
But I will say this, Yella, you weren't by yourself. Once again, I wasn't here last week. I'm not gonna say I'm sorry. I made a conscious decision. I was out with my wife, and I put her first. So
That's all
just an
right. That's
explanation.
all right.
Fine.
That's all
You
right.
know.
Sir.
So this is the Blue Table Talk, and this is men talking about men for what men do, and sometimes us men have to put our women first.
Big
Right
fact.
on.
Big fact.
Big facts. Big facts. Big facts. Big facts. JT, how you doing, man?
JT
Hey,
Rory,
what
how
up,
you doing?
fellas? What's up? What's up?
There he
What's
is.
What's going on,
up?
sir?
What's going
Hey,
on, man?
Yeah, we got you now. That pretty smile. Look at it.
Everybody looking good tonight.
What's going? Yeah, man. What's going on, fellas?
What's happening?
Listen, Rory
Well,
out here
I'm
telling
anxious.
us we can have friends.
How many of us have them?
well,
Uh-oh.
no, he had a delay. He had a severe delay. So I
I
think
need to
he's gonna
find a plug.
he's gonna try it
Hold
again.
on, y'all. I need to find a plug and get myself all the way situated. Hold on.
No worries.
All right, all right.
While we getting ourselves situated, I do want to say um, that I had my interview today. I had an interview today, and
Good.
I got the job, so I'm good to go with that.
Good job. Good job.
Wait, I gotta
Congratulations.
stop that.
Yeah.
You got a job. Talk
Brother,
to
my
us.
brother.
Hey, talk to us, man. What kind of job?
It is it's a nonprofit, and what we do, what we
Hey,
will be
Angie.
doing, is helping the homeless
Okay.
find homes to get them into decent and affordable housing. It's they have the steps that they have to do, and basically I'm a case manager. I'll be working as a case manager, making sure that everything is, up to snuff, all the case notes and everything are right, and I have to do my due diligence and everything.
Hey,
and
Lee. Well, good
and
evening, everybody. Well, how did you come across that job? Talk to us.
well, one of my friends, I worked with him with the last um, on my last job, but the last nonprofit with Texas Organizing Project, and he had the position, but he accepted another position, and told me, he said, if you want someone to work as equally as hard, go ahead and look at this person. So he put my name in the bucket and
All
called me
right.
for the interview, and
Congratulations,
that's how we
young
got
man.
it
That's
done.
what's
So
up, man. That's
I
what's
Yeah,
up.
appreciate
good evening. And
it.
see, this
Congrats.
is why I stress to my class, I stress to my clients, I stress to my followership. It doesn't matter, it doesn't make a difference who you know, it's who knows you.
Who knows you?
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
And a
Facts.
good name is far more precious than rubies and diamonds. Hello, somebody. A good name.
That's right.
A good name.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what
You
we
got a good
stressing
name.
to these young men and everybody on the Blue Table Talk. It's a name, a good name, a good name. And so congratulations, man. Everybody's happy for you, man.
Yes, yes.
That's right.
Let me hold $20. All right. Okay. All right.
And I'll gladly pay you next Tuesday.
I got you.
Bro.
I got you. The only thing about it is now that because there's some and that about us is my cafe that I start in the mornings at 7:15. So now I got to be to work at 9 o'clock, and it's a 35-40 minute drive,
Right.
one
Mm,
way. So the cafe will still go on, but it will it will have to happen a little bit earlier. so
mm,
but it's still gonna go on. But I know my people are very happy for me.
man.
I've been talking
Hey,
about it for a little while, so we gonna make it happen.
congratulations,
We're
man.
gonna make this happen,
That's
Congratulations,
man.
man.
I
good.
Look,
appreciate
let me
Yes,
just throw
sir.
another one out there for you, man.
Thank you.
Let's throw another one
Love
out
good
there
news.
for you,
Love
man.
good news. Hold on, wait.
Listen, man.
Love
Listen,
good
you out here
news. Love
winning.
good news.
You ain't like the Cowboys. You out here winning.
Ooh,
Oh
Watch
man.
it now.
whoop, whoop.
They
I'm
started
just
early.
I'm just saying,
Pew,
You
pew,
know what I'm
pew.
saying?
and another one.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what. Got nothing on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. 'Cause all I do is win,
That's all we
win,
do.
Yes, sir.
Listen,
I feel hyped tonight. I'm hyped. I'm hyped.
I
We hyped
see.
tonight,
and
y'all.
listen,
All
real
right.
quick. Even if we feel like we being set back, or if there's setbacks coming along, or things aren't going in our way, we're still winning. I have a motto: a setback is a setup for a comeback.
Big
Come
There
on,
facts.
you
man.
go.
I
There
like
you
Big
that.
go.
facts.
I like
There
that.
you
Big
go.
facts.
That's what's up. That's big facts. That's big. But Yella, tell us, Yella, before that job came through, tell us how you were feeling. We talking about emotional intelligence and peel a layer back. Tell us how you were feeling, man, in those hours before you got that call, Doc.
I was never worried. I
Amen.
was never stressed.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap. Oh,
Oh,
Lord.
Oh,
oh,
you all right?
all right.
Yeah,
That was
my
a powerful.
bad. I knocked my
Oh,
stuff
man.
That was a
over.
powerful. That
You
was a
scared me,
powerful
man.
word right
You
there. The
ain't in
folks couldn't handle
California,
it.
man. I thought the water was next.
The folks couldn't handle it.
Here you go.
You say
Nervous?
But I
I
tell
was
you,
California, dog.
nervous.
Honestly,
yeah,
I honestly
Huh?
wasn't worried because how we always say if it was meant for me, it's meant to be.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's the way I went into the situation. If they'd have said no, we're gonna look at another candidate, I was like, well, no worries. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much for the opportunity to speak to you and keep it moving. My life doesn't stop. It doesn't end. And I like to always tell folks when I got this job, I was looking for a job. So that search will always continue.
Mm-hmm.
That is good. I'm so proud. Stock market. Introduce yourself to everybody. This is your second time in the hot seat. Stock market. Introduce yourself again.
Yeah.
How you doing?
How are you all, man? Hey, congratulations, my man. This is so good, man.
I
It's a
appreciate that.
wonderful,
Thank you.
wonderful profession too, man. To be able to help the next man that's in need. That's what's up. That's
Amen.
really what I take from that. So no, it's good to see you all, man. Again, man. I'm sorry. I apologize to you. I was supposed to reach out to you, but I've been so busy with work and all this other nonsense, man. It just keeps moving forward, you know.
We
But
definitely understand, man. We think you one of the biggest fans of the Blue Table Talk for Men. What area are you located in, Stock Market?
well, I'm in Florida. I'm over here where they shoot off all the rockets. Over here in Cape Canaveral.
Okay, what part
Cape
of
Canaveral.
Florida?
Okay,
So if you take
Cape
Central
Canaveral.
Florida, you take Central Florida and you head east until you hit the water, the Atlantic Ocean. That's where I'm at, right there.
okay,
I know it.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Well, so
yeah.
you
Okay.
Yeah.
take Central Florida, you skirt around a little bit of racism and past burning books and hop over homophobia,
There you
and you
go.
get
There
to.
you go. There you go.
That's what's up.
Something like that. Something like
Hey,
that.
Stock Market, what is your first name?
Marvin.
Hey, Marvin. So
Marvin,
tell
Marvin.
you
nice to meet you, sir.
you're in the hot seat tonight. We're talking about older men, younger women, older women, younger men. What's on your heart tonight to talk to the brothers about tonight, Marvin?
No. Well, I heard you mention earlier about the value of getting to know somebody, and not only getting to know somebody, but really building rapport. We're human beings, man. We're made to be social.
That's
Um,
right.
and I've never, ever, ever met. There's never been a man to achieve great riches without the help of another. Now, great riches could be defined in many different ways, but I've never seen a man get to great riches without the help of another. So there's so much
Right.
value in what you said earlier as far as, I mentor young kids, men and women, young men and women. And I say, you know what, the most valuable thing I can leave to you that I wish somebody would have taught me at your age is, and these kids are usually middle school, high school, I say, get to know as many people as you can and really, really
Amen.
know them, because if you were to poll 10 people, and say, hey, the many jobs that you've had, the career choices and all of
Right.
this, what is the number one reason? Would you say that you got a job or an opportunity because you knew somebody, or maybe somebody knew somebody that you knew somebody that knew somebody? And 9 out of 10 times, that is the case. That is
Right.
the case. It's, you really, really got to get to know a lot of people, and then, really, really, make that a value, because that, man, relationships are everything. They're everything. I mean,
I can't
I
stress.
think
I
that's,
cannot,
yeah,
Marvin. I cannot stress that enough. Thank you for stopping by, man. I
yeah,
cannot stress
man.
that enough. I cannot stress that enough. You have to build relationships. Okay, you have to be. And then people talking about I'm burning bridges. Be careful. Come on, sneaky.
I'm gonna hit this one, and I agree completely. If you have the opportunity to meet people and foster those relationships, that's beautiful. My career field, military, it didn't, and I'm talking about one of the most elite of the elite. We're talking about Army Ranger infantry. Boom, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't care if you were friends or not. You perform, you get rewarded. Okay, so everything was based on your reputation, your work ethic, that type of thing. Now, after 20 plus years of that, some of I could reap some of those rewards, because this job that I was going to mention this with Yellow when he walked in, he's like he wasn't worried about it, but he kind of knew he was going to get it. The job that I have now, I walked in there ready for the interview. I had the option to do it over the computer. I was like, no, I want to look a person face to face. I want you to smell me when I do the interview.
Right.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I interviewed. I walked in. The guy started asking me about myself, and I was like, I was in this place and that place. He's like, really?
Right.
What took you there? I said, well, I'm a retired Army Ranger. He said, really? And he yelled out his, like, I went to Ranger School. I was class 10 and 11, 88. All right, the 10th and the 11th class, 1988. I got recycled in Florida. And he yelled out his. He was blah, 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 like 90. I said, Rangers lead the way. He said, all the way and then some. Right then, he knew my reputation. Okay?
Okay.
Because a Ranger is a person that'll never quit. A Ranger is Ranger never lies to a Ranger. Though I be the lone survivor, that type of stuff. So as soon as he
Right.
found that out, we started talking about other stuff. We stopped talking about the job. We just started talking about other stuff. And he said, hey, man, normally I interview all week. And I wait till Friday and go through blah, blah, blah. He's like, but when do you want to start?
Yeah.
I got that job that day.
Yep.
Come on now.
That's awesome. That's
And
awesome.
I didn't know him, but kindred spirits. He knew what I had been through, and he knew that Ranger community reputation,
Mhm.
and it's the same thing but different. He wasn't a friend, but he was a Ranger buddy, if that makes sense.
That's
He
good.
knew
It's good.
he knew my wherewithal because we've been through some of the same things, even though we didn't know each other. I
Right.
got
The
that job like
reputation,
that.
in a sense,
Yeah.
precedes itself. My mother and
Yes.
I just had this conversation. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all know I'm a mama's boy. So anytime anything happens to me, I call my mama. You know what I'm saying? And so me and my mother just had this conversation yesterday. I'm about to get a promotion to a management position at my
Okay.
company that is an upstart company. Right now, here's the kicker part. When I first started doing AC work 6 years ago, first of all, I got a job while I was still in school. So I would go to work first and then go to school for AC. And I'm an AC technician already, you know?
Right.
And so after I graduated school, the whole shebangity bang, started really, really getting in tune and working with this company, getting all the training I need. They said, hey, we need somebody to go to the Austin shop, right? So
Okay.
I went to the Austin shop and worked there a couple weeks, go back, work there a couple weeks, go back, work there a couple weeks. So finally, the production manager's like, hey, what can we do to keep you here? I gave him a number. He gave me a bigger number. I said, I'll be moving to Austin. So in the interim of all that, I end up getting let go from that company. I may have told this story before. I ended up getting let go from this company, but my rapport, my work ethic with this
Come
man
on.
said something to him to where 2 years later, I'm the third person he calls about a new company and says, hey, I need a new lead technician. At the
What
time,
you
I
say?
kid you not, at the time I was making $24.50. Ask me how much money I make now. I'm not going to even, I'm not ashamed. Ask me how much money I make now from one company.
Rory the Storm. How much are you
How
making
much
per
money
hour
you
now?
making now?
I'm making $35 an hour now.
Nice.
I'm making 35.
Nice.
And then too, I'm gonna tell you this because I can do that. When I do side jobs, ask me how much I can charge. And
How much can you
How
charge
much you
doing
charge
side
for a
jobs?
side
and they gonna
piece?
pay. And ask me how much they gonna pay me $50 an hour just to show up. And what I tell
That's
people
good.
now, I say, hey, check this out. You're not paying for the service.
Right.
That's right.
Paying for the
You're not paying for the parts. All that is free. The service and
Right.
the parts are free. You paying for me to show up.
There you go.
There you go.
That's it.
Hey,
Rory,
ask Yella
Rory,
how important air conditioning is. Ask Yella how important AC is.
He called me.
listen.
But hey, Rory, I gotta hear you say it. Pimping ain't easy.
But somebody got to do it.
Somebody got to. Hey, Rory, since we disclosing, the amount of finances and everything, can you loan a brother $50 so I can give James 20? Because
I tell you what,
you know,
I'll cash app you, brother.
I appreciate it.
That's what I'm talking about. And
as
you see,
far as
and
the-
you
as-
see, you see how excited we are for each other. Do y'all see the
Yeah,
love
man.
in the
No doubt.
room?
That's good.
You
That's
see, love,
exciting,
and this
man.
is what JT Bishop James talks about in his new ebook. Happy emotions equal to happy people. So Bishop, how's your ebook doing? And I hear there's a workbook coming out. There's another book coming out, and you all about New York Times bestseller, baby.
I appreciate that. So, the workbook is doing well. I mean, I could use some more sales. I know if it gets certain numbers, it helps me on the algorithm with people purchasing. And thank you for buying it from me, Dr. Sims. And it's been doing well, man. I've been having a lot of conversations with people and talking through it with a lot of men. And so that's been really good. And just being able to help them out. And I think I started the workbook because of the conversation.
Right.
Because there was a lot of men that was like, yo, the questions are very challenging at the end of the book. Well, you've seen it, Dr.
Right.
Sims. And so
Right.
I explained those questions every time I asked them. And a lot of guys was like, yeah, I really have to think about that. Like, what's your goal? Why are you even in this argument? Why are you even dealing with this type of conversation? What is your goal from the conversation? And I think emotional intelligence is something that we don't talk enough about with men, especially when you talk about being with a younger lady and you being an older man.
Come on.
Because I got some questions about that one. I got some questions
Well,
about
come
that.
on, come
I
on,
know we
come
go. I
on.
know we go. I know we gonna do.
My baby, 19 years my junior. So talk to
Yeah,
her, bro.
yeah. So I want to say this though. If you click the link in my bio, you could get it. It's only $12.99. 13 pages of great content.
Yeah,
So
it's
essentially, you're
good.
paying
It's
$1 a
real
page.
good.
It's great content, and it's a great foundation for the other two books that I'm working on. And so it would be great to hear that. So let's talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
I do have my concerns with age gap,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
right? I have my concerns with age gap. And I think my concern depends on the age of the other individual.
Right.
If the other individual is 21, it freaks me out. If the
Okay.
person
Okay.
is 32 or 33, that's different. But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
19, 18, and you might be 45 or I have problems with that.
Well, there was a 60-year-old that married his goddaughter. She was 18. He's 60. She's 18. So
yeah, I mean, there's a lot of red flags for me with that. So I want to see what y'all thoughts though before I go down the rabbit hole
Oh,
of
well, and
can I go first?
there's a certain ideology why an older man will marry a younger woman, and all the ladies was like, oh, they just want to control. They just don't want to control. They want to control. Well, what me and Roy was talking about, what about when an older woman marries a younger man?
same
Is it
thing.
still about control?
I believe it is.
See,
It can't
I
be
Okay.
believe
both.
it
well,
is.
but society says it isn't. A society will deem an older woman with a younger man. She's a cougar all day long. Let that 45-year-old woman, 50-year-old woman be dating that 21-year-old man. Girls, you getting your groove back. Oh, you do that, girl. She did that. She getting her groove back. But let me at damn near 50 years old try to talk to somebody that's 25. Oh, he's a creep. He ain't getting
Trade
that.
robber.
He's weird.
He's a groomer. He groomed that
I
child.
didn't groom that girl.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
creep,
can I ask a
creep.
question then?
Go ahead. Come on.
Why do people focus so much on the comparison instead of the fact of the level of maturity?
That's a good point. And let me
Because
let me
Because
throw
at the
this
end of
in
the
the
day,
mix too.
at the end of
Since
the
Rory
day,
since Rory is preaching tonight, let me throw this in the mix. And I was talking to one of my coaches today. It's easy to have sex, and we put that in air quotes, and that's a thing. But and based on your book, Bishop Taylor, it's hard to be an intimacy. See, it's easy.
it's very
It's
hard.
easy to be
It's very
physical.
hard to do.
Yep.
It's
It's
very hard to
easy
do.
because you sticking in one place and you're pulling out of another place. It's easy to have sex, but it is harder to be an intimacy. So while we are preaching to people to be celibate and to be abstinent, etc., we need to be teaching people how to be intimate. And that's why your book is so important because people they are good at having sex, but they are pitiful at having intimacy. And the
Yeah,
older we get, we want more intimacy than we do sex.
facts. I totally agree with you. I
Yep.
think one of the things that I realize is there's the red pill, the blue pill, and then there's us team no pill. We team no pill. We don't subscribe to any of that trash. But at the end of the day, when I think one of the things is when you say intimacy, you're saying into me you see.
That's
And that
right.
Right.
requires you to be present. What I'm
That's right.
saying is my red flags is when someone is 18 or 19 years old, whether it's male or female, well, man or woman, I want no problems. That you know, what I'm saying, you know how it is out here in these streets, right? It's out here in the streets. So that there is a person who does want control.
Uh-huh.
Like if somebody's 19, there is an innate responsibility for you to still find them physically attractive, but then there's also a part of you that go, well, you don't really know nothing. So
What do
why
you
is you
have in
been having a
common with a
thing of what?
19-year-old?
Right. But I don't see Dr. Sims. I see the reverse. I see more older women marrying younger men.
What do you
Okay.
have in
Okay.
common with that younger man besides him blowing your back out?
Well, dang, Rory. I mean,
No, because it pisses me off. It really pisses me off that we have these double standards. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Because not that I want to date somebody that's 20, 25 years younger than me,
Right.
because I'm past that. I don't have anything in common with you. You still listening to whatever y'all listen. You listening to Little Uzi Vert and all that other bull crap. I'm listening to Frankie Beverly and Maze,
Right.
mm,
right? And you
Right.
think,
Before
oh,
I let
no,
go.
oh, Beyonce, he took Beyonce's song, and I'm like,
Right.
yeah,
I
it's
don't.
different. It's a difficult thing, and I think where I think very important is since we're focusing on the one is a groomer, the other one is having a good time.
Mhm.
Right.
I think what people don't take into account is most men always have a good time.
Right.
Right.
Most women grow up trying to find the right man to marry and have someone to be in a relationship with and grow,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't get it. And then when they get older, it's like, well, Stella might as well get her freak on, not her groove back.
Right.
That's a movie. Some people
Right.
just want to get her freak on. And here's my question to that, right? When you say that, here's the thing that I'm challenged with right now. And
Right.
you say you want somebody who's mature and can have deep conversations, you ain't getting that with no 19-year-old.
Exactly.
But if you say I'm old and I just want to have fun with somebody, I want to live my life with somebody and travel and hang out. Because as much as people don't understand, I agree with when somebody's old and somebody's younger, and the older
Right.
person's retired, he got great money, and he just want to travel and have fun. Well, somebody young does that. What happens though
Come
is the
on.
younger person starts yearning for more.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then they start looking at the older person like, well, I can't have no kids with you.
Right.
I can't really build a family. I think what people don't want to admit, a 33-year-old and a 50-some-year-old, that's different. But a 19-year-old
Right.
and somebody in their 40s, that's a challenge
Is it really
because
so?
it's super different. Man, ain't no 19-year-old thinking like no 33-year-old. Stop the press.
But still,
Like,
ain't no
like, like, no, don't do
33-year-old
that.
thinking like a 50-something-year-old. Ain't no
That's not the
33-year-old.
point, though. That's not the point. If you 19, you 19. You just got out of high school. What you gonna tell
Right.
me? What you
Haven't
really gonna tell?
learned
And
anything.
you can't compare a 33-year-old to a 19
You
year old.
really can't. But at 50, I'll say some 33 and 57 is still a bit of a challenge, and that's correct. At 57, damn near 60, you get the discount at McDonald's for the coffee, and you enjoy
Wow. Why you
you in
doing them
bed
like
by
that,
7 o'clock.
Roy?
Ouch.
And
Ouch,
60,
Rory. Bro, I
Why you
thought you
doing them
loved me,
Hey
like
Roy,
Rory.
hey
that?
Roy,
Rory.
that's
hey
why I
Roy,
gotta tell the
the
truth.
God,
60 year
I
old, the
love
no.
60 year
you.
old, the 60 year old is about to re up their AARP membership. I'm with you. I feel you.
Look,
33,
I'm
we
man.
seeing
still
what
in
you're
the
saying.
club at 33.
I got you.
Look, I'm gonna get that coffee in 3 years.
Let me put it to you in this perspective, okay?
Hey, you can actually get it when you're 50.
Let me put
Oh
it to
man, I've
you in
been
this
missing
perspective.
coffee.
I compete. My age group, I'm 46. I'm gonna be 47 in August. My age group for competition is the 45 plus age group. Now,
Right.
if I want to, I can compete in the 35 plus, and I can go down and compete in the 18 to 34-year-olds. Why in the hell would I want to compete with them 18-year-olds? And I'm 45 years old.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Rory, to your point, are you saying you do have a cutoff based on what James is saying? You do
Uh-huh.
have a cutoff.
There are cutoffs.
Okay. Okay.
But why would I
Let,
want to
let me
go
jump
down
in.
there? Why would I want to do
Let,
that to myself? Them kids ain't got
Exactly.
nothing for me.
Exactly.
Come on.
can
Come
I
on,
let me
Sneaky.
jump in here? Listen, I got 4 daughters. Count them: 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm trying to get 20-year-old. My daughters, you know what I'm saying? I got a daughter that's 30 something years old.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, ooh, boo your ass. Go get out of here, you child.
All right.
You got nothing.
Come
Now
on.
this is no. I almost cussed. I was working in the army, and we were making lieutenants, and I had to go to Fort Lewis, Washington for the summer. And there's, these kids about to join the military as officers. They're 18, 19, 20 something years old. We're in the field. They got camouflage on. Been out there a couple of days learning how to patrol and do this, that, and the other. We're teaching them. And this guy's with
Right.
me. He was a master sergeant. I was a sergeant first class. I had 2 stripes down. He had 3 stripes down and 3 up. Anyway, he was like, "Man, that one right there looking good." Blah blah. I just looked at him like, "Dude, you're older than me. I got a daughter that old, and that's what's going through your mind." I was disgusted.
Right.
I was
Wow.
disgusted. That's going through your mind out here. I didn't want to talk to the dude. No, look, you go over there and get rained on, and I'll go over here and get rained on. Because, dude, I ain't got nothing to do with you. Because
And
we're out
to
in the
and to
woods.
Rory's point, there is a double standard because Rory and I saw this TikTok. This lady is looking out the window at her son's football teammates, and they're in college, and she's like 50. And she said, "Ooh," she's hollering at them. But if you turn that around, if all of us, if we went out and we hollering at some
College
teeny
kids.
boppers and some 20 years old, they gonna look at us as creeps. So why the double
Dirty old
standard?
man. You
Right.
dirty
I'm a
old
dirty
creep.
old man. But she can look at all the little college hunks she want to look at. Right? No,
Yeah.
it's bull crap, man. It's bull crap. And I'm not gonna stand for it. I'm gonna say it now and I'm gonna say it tomorrow. I'm gonna say it next week. It's a bunch of bull crap, and these double standards need to cease. Point blank, period. A groomer is a groomer, a creep is a creep. I don't give a damn how old or what
What gender
gender
you are.
you identify
Right.
as.
Oh, he's on his soapbox tonight,
Oh
y'all.
yeah, I'm on
Come
it
on,
tonight.
Bishop. Come
So
on, Bishop James.
I'm gonna push back and say this. One of the things that we have to take into account is the physicality. And what I mean by the physicality is most men are considered the bigger person, stronger
Okay.
person, the more of
Okay.
aggressor. So sometimes
Okay.
that plays a part in how people perceive it. When an older lady says it, she is 9 times out of 10 considered somebody who's joking or playing a game. But most men who are older do have a tendency to cross that line when it comes to younger women.
Come
And if
Oh,
you
on,
look
man.
at,
oh,
I know you know some
let me
freaky
finish what I'm
asshole
saying.
ladies. Come
Let
on,
me finish
man.
what I'm saying. Let me finish what I'm saying. I'm not talking about the hoism
right,
because I think that's in every age group.
right,
I'm thinking of crossing lines and being disrespectful and a woman not being safe.
yeah,
Men have, statistically, we are way more dangerous to women than they are to men, and more men have come across as sexual predators than men have. That's all I'm saying. I am not saying that the
right.
Look,
hoism is not there, because my queen, of course, is going through a lot physically. My DMs is crazy, and it's weird to me. I'm like, you don't even care about mine. So I
Right.
know how people could be. I'm not
let,
saying that. I'm just
let me
saying
Wait a minute.
let me
You
throw
saying
this
you
out.
saying folks sliding in your DMs?
it's crazy.
That's cool.
Really? What you doing? What are you
In a
doing to
weird
get
kind
that?
of way.
People don't slide in my
It
DMs.
First of all, it's weird.
Yeah. But
It
let me
is
throw this out.
weird.
Let me throw this out. If I
Come
was a
on, come on,
19
Sneaky.
if I was a 19-year-old girl and someone took advantage of me, that would be rape and horrible, and I'd be crushed. An older
Okay,
woman, a
okay.
teacher, a parent, blah blah blah, someone I trusted. I'm a 19-year-old boy, and my friend's mom jumps on me. Dude, I'm a brag. I hit that. Come on, you know how we used to
You
be.
the man.
And
You know
here's the
how we
sad
used to
thing.
be.
And here's the sad
That's the
thing.
terrible
I
truth.
think
That's true.
and I
That's
think
true.
that is I think when you and I think what that does is that teaches our young men a lifestyle that is not healthy for them.
I agree.
Because what happens is we become a piece of meat and a product. We don't really become a person. I got two boys. One's
Okay.
14, 6'5", big boy. I've heard it. I've had grown women say crazy stuff. I got another son. He's 17. You know what I'm saying? Listen, call these forms. Like, bro, you feel it? But in a different way. So if you have that, you're going to have people who say to them, boy, back in my day, or they do this and that. And I think to myself, that's not good for my child. It's not
Right.
good for my son to have older women objectify him as a sexual object more so than him as a young man. And I think what we do is we created a double standard. And let me be clear, that wasn't
Right.
women's doing, that was ours. We
Right.
celebrate
Right.
young men sleeping with older women. So you can't complain about a culture that we created. We
Yeah.
created that
Right.
culture.
And we did, because the way we came up, dude, there was so much abuse. There was so much homophobic. We used to beat people up just because of this and that. We
Yeah.
used to do that. We used to do that. And it
Yeah.
was cool. We used to call the F word rhymes with bag. We don't do that anymore.
No,
We
we
used to
That's
don't.
exactly right. That's exactly right.
the
Goldie,
tard
what's the
word. Now your special needs. We were so terrible.
that
Society
you're
has
a thousand
changed,
you're a
but
thousand
we
percent
still
correct.
have that. That's the way we
Look
were
at
raised, but we need to take those experiences to make the next generation better. Problem is, a lot of us be like, we made it, you make it. They don't try to make people
Right.
better.
Exactly.
yeah, so a Yellow, what's the age difference between you and Mrs. Yellow?
She is older than me by a year, 1 year.
Okay, and it's all good, isn't it? What
Yeah.
about you,
Yeah.
Sneaky? What's the age difference?
1 month,
Mm.
1 month. I married me an
JT,
older
what's the age?
woman.
Five,
JT
five,
with
five,
okay.
five.
So
Mhm.
so Rory, what's the oldest you've dated and what's the youngest you've dated?
When I was 19, I dated a woman that was 35.
Okay, and how was that?
Come on, man. Come on, man. Why we out here lying?
I'm
You
yeah.
know, I know she, she's one of young black
But
men.
here's the thing. I pursued her. I pursued her because I had a fetish for older women.
Okay.
I had an
Okay.
affinity. I'm gonna say affinity for older women.
Okay.
Okay, and
You
so
better
I
clean that up. You better not say a fetish.
Don't say fetish. Your DM's gonna blow
Boy,
up.
they about to blow up.
Don't
We
say
not
no
gonna see you
fetish.
next week.
Don't
We won't
say
see
no
you next
fetish.
week. Don't do it.
Hey, Rory, do you suck toes too?
Jesus.
Rory. I think you're gonna get about 100 DMs in a few minutes, dog.
Hey, look, Rory, your hand. He said, no, I plead the fifth.
I love you guys. Rory. So Rory, what's the youngest? What's the
The
youngest you
youngest
dated?
I've ever dated has been so, and that's kind of a gray area. But see that 10-year gap, she's highly intelligent, very mature.
She had the yams. All right.
And
Say this from the time I got from my entire adult life. Okay, I'll say not my high school years, my adult life. I never had a relationship with a woman younger than me. Never.
Really?
It was always somebody. I'm not talking about massive years. The most might have been 10. 2, 1. But I don't know, man. Young chicks are trouble.
Yeah, we got a question. We got a question on the table. I think Monica, I believe that's her first name. She asked a question. She's kind of in no man's land. She's too old for the older. Well, she's too old for the younger men, and she's kind of too young for the older men. She's kind of in that gray area, and she says she's not really getting a hit from either side of the fence. So what does she do? I think she just need to specify who do you want. You set the parameters. You're the thermostat.
it's getting ready to be summertime. Put that sundress on. You'll attract something.
Sundress, no panties.
Get your
Listen, men, we as men, we like. Hey, he ain't lying. We as
I'm
men,
just look. You said this is the blue.
We look at things mechanically.
That's
Some
right.
of us, I should say, we look at some things mechanically. And ladies, when it gets down to that sundress time, when that thing.
I'm be like, Doc,
That's sundresses, brother.
put this in. Get your feet done. And
That's
put
freedom.
lotion on your ankles. Okay?
And
Right.
Huh?
And elbows.
And elbows. And look, don't just do the toes. Make sure they scrub the heels. Don't be out here
Yes.
walking with cake mix on the back of your heel.
Come on now.
Come
Now.
on.
Here's a big one, ladies.
So let me get
Learn
this
how to
straight.
walk. Don't just slough around. Don't just make it from point A to point B. Pull them shoulders back and learn how to walk.
Walk
We be
that
watching.
Walk.
Facts.
Walk that walk.
Fact.
We out here
Fact.
looking. Well,
Fact.
I can't. Don't have
Yes, we are, but we ain't.
Me and my wife and I. We walk through the mall. This,
My
that,
wife
and the
and I.
other, and she'll say, "You see that girl? You see that? Blah 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 blah." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm surprised her back ain't hurting." She's like, "Yeah, I know." We high five. Or if there's a freaking dude that's dressed real nice, she's like, "You see how he look? I'm gonna get that for you, baby. The outfit." Me and my look, we ain't blind, but we in a relationship. We loyal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
So
The live
there
is
you
cutting
go.
up.
I guess that the live is cutting up today.
Is it?
That's what people are saying in the comments.
Oh, they say it's
Yeah, we
glitchy.
we talking some good talk today, y'all.
Yeah, y'all win
Monica
some win.
says-
Y'all
Monica
win some
says
win.
we ain't ashy or slouchy, and definitely not the problem. So the only thing I can tell you is, well, check your attitude. Does your attitude stink? Because stank ass attitude is a deterrent. Let's just be
Yes,
honest.
it is.
Hey, young
We
lady,
don't
how
like
you
the
doing?
attitude.
Ugh, why you talking to me? That whole thing. Attitude stinks.
And you know what, ladies? It might not be you because there's a whole lot of beautiful women that don't get talked to because dudes either think you're taken already or they feel they ain't up to you.
Out of my league is real. You know how many times I done told a young lady she was out of my league? You know what? You too good for me. You out of my league. I'm intimidated by you. I can't talk to you. I know you got a man.
Yeah. And then someone that back to attitude. Hey, how you doing? You look nice tonight. Who you talking to? Nobody. Boop, I'm out.
Yeah.
I know, right? Well, good evening again, everybody. We up to 95 people. We went up to about 120. Be patient with us. The glitch will pass. It's going to be all right. We're having a great conversation tonight. We're talking about older men, younger women. We're talking about older women, younger men. We're talking about sex. We're talking about fetish. We talking about toes. We talking about sundresses. We talking about attitude. We talking about emotional intelligence. We having a great conversation
Oh,
tonight.
whoa,
All
why are we
right.
speaking French? Why are we
Look,
speaking French?
and
A
that
lot of
was just
some stuff
Rory.
wasn't we. Some stuff
I was
ain't
just
we.
about to say,
Some
majority of
stuff
that
ain't
was
we.
Rory.
The
That wasn't
fetishes
us.
wasn't we.
Don't
Sundresses
say
wasn't we.
we.
That was y'all. That was y'all. Okay, hold up now.
Facts. Big facts.
Yeah, hold up now. Wait a minute.
I
Wait
mean,
a
Ladies, you
minute.
gotta. Ladies, check that attitude. Lady, check the attitude. Y'all are check the attitude. We don't like attitude.
if you go bass fishing, right? If you go bass fishing and you bring in crickets, crickets don't attract bass.
No.
If you want to attract the bass and you bring in night crawlers, a night crawler ain't going to attract the bass.
No.
This man said women need to be night crawlers and not crickets.
I'll tell you this.
I'm in the matrix.
From
I'm
from
in the
a
matrix. I
from
am
a
in the matrix.
from a bass
I'm
He,
fishing
he was
in
being.
the
Hey, Bishop,
matrix.
Bishop. He was being metaphorical.
Right?
I
metaphorical.
Come on, man.
listen. Let me tell you something. Let me give you a disclaimer real quick. I want y'all to read this paper. I do not condone, associate with the rhetoric of Rory. I do not believe
The
in
rhetoric
fetishes.
of Rory. That's a TikTok, Rory.
I didn't
Rory.
call
That's a
nobody a cricket.
hashtag.
I didn't
That's a
call you a
hashtag.
cricket because you talk too much.
Or
And I don't want you to be,
Nightcrawler.
what you said, a sloth or some background? Hey, Lord, Jesus. Rory, he on one today, boy. He
No,
on one
Yeah,
today.
he is.
He on one today.
because
Yeah,
I was
he
waiting
is.
for this conversation. I called Doc in anticipation of this conversation.
He sure
I had a
did.
lot
He sure
more.
did.
I
He
had a
sure
lot
did.
because
He sure
I,
did.
I legitimately got pissed off because I'm so fucking sick of all the fucking double standards. It's ridiculous that society has so many double standards, and it just blows my mind. I can get in
It's
trouble.
what we battle.
I
It's
can
what we
get in
battle.
trouble.
It's
So
what
can
we
I, so,
battle.
so let me ask a question, man.
Uh-huh.
Let me ask a question. Because I think we're not being honest on here. Like, we are five decent fellas,
Yeah,
but we know the majority of the men out here ain't carrying it like us right now.
they're not.
Oh, you
That's
know.
So,
facts.
Come
so,
on.
so, so when you say that, you speaking for us. But when we out there in them streets, we spend most of our time talking about, man, what you do that for, man? You can't say that, bro. Hey, chill, man.
Right.
Watch your tone, man. Can't be
Right.
looking at me. So it's a double-edged sword because there
It
is a
really
part
is.
of it where women do have a double standard, but it goes back to what me and Sneaker was talking about. We've created that monster. I
Yeah,
can't get mad at a double standard when men celebrate it. Men
yeah.
celebrate young men sleeping with older women. So we
And that's
made
the
it not
problem I
creepy.
have. That's nothing to celebrate. You ain't a player because you slept with somebody. I thought I'm not gonna lie. I thought I was doing the thing that she was. Man, she's 35. I'm driving her car. I'm thinking I'm doing the thing. Little
Right.
did I know she was using me for what I got.
Yep.
See,
Right.
first of all, I can't even
But you
talk about
didn't
this
care
because I
back
got my
then.
soul
I didn't
snatched.
care.
So I
You
don't
But
want to
didn't.
talk about this. I'm triggered. I am
well, I'll tell you
triggered. I
this.
got
Hey,
my
hey,
soul
Rory.
snatched.
Hey,
So
Rory.
let's
There's
talk
a
about that.
song. There's a song out. There's a song out. She put that snapper on you.
Man, and real talk, she was fetishizing my blackness. That's really what it was.
Oh,
I
She was
okay.
got you.
fetishizing
I
my
got you.
blackness. And
I'll
Wait a
at
tell
the
you
minute, she
this,
time,
got
I
you
man.
a
didn't know
snow
what it
bunny?
was. Huh?
It was a snow bunny?
Oh man, I grew up in the Midwest, man. Come on now. I grew up in the Midwest. I played basketball in Illinois. You put two and two together.
Rory
Okay.
had to love who he was with.
Screen. Tap
Listen,
that screen. If you're
I'm
not tapping,
Thank you.
you're napping. Tap that screen. We got 92 people in here. Everybody do 1,000. Everybody do 1,000 likes.
Listen,
92.
my
Pause
little
for
sister,
praise
my
break.
little sister is in this chat. Stop, Lynette. Stop me when I'm lying. Stop me when
no,
I'm lying.
I
So,
believe you.
There
I
she
believe
is.
you.
There she is.
But
There
listen,
she is.
this coming from a man. Once again, I'm a
Somebody
father of
said,
four
just see
daughters.
you like Riker.
I raised my girls on
Common
penises are
savages,
poisonous.
boy.
You see what I'm saying? Trying to protect them. Penises are poisonous. Okay, daddy. Right? Stay away from dudes. All men ain't ish. That type of thing. Because I know how I was raised, and I was expecting everybody. I mean, the things I went through, the things I was trying to do when I was a little short round, and we were doing some stanky shit. I can't even tell you it all on TikTok. We'll get shut down.
Yeah,
Okay,
facts,
We get
facts.
shut down.
but that's
Hey,
but we
and
thought
like James said, we are kind of a microcosm of society. Not that we're perfect. We are
Not
decent
perfect.
because we've been
Decent,
through
yeah.
some things. We're decent, but it's people out there just playing games, and this is why you get what you get. To Rory's metaphorical point, you're fishing with what you're fishing with. You're not changing your bait, and you keep getting the crappies. You need to change your bait. We've had this conversation early on, episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you really want different, you have to do something different. Come on, somebody.
You
And that's
do,
just I tell
and I
people this
think
all the time, or especially when I coach. I coach basketball and I coach karate, and even in my own training. If you want to get somewhere you ain't never been, you have to do things you've never done.
Never done.
that's good.
Facts.
That's
Point
true.
blank
Yeah.
period.
Facts.
That's very true.
And
That's
so,
very
hold
true.
on, real quick. They talking about don't have the snow bunny conversation. Listen here, I don't care if you. We need to
Yeah.
get past all this race and all this kind of stuff. Do I love black women? Absolutely, yes. Was I dumped on by black women in middle school, up the mother of my children are black women. I date who's compatible with Rory Christopher Holmes Sr. Point blank period. If she's white, okay. If she's black, whatever. If she's yellow, who gives a damn? If she's brown, I don't give a.
Avatar, huh, Rory? She could be an avatar,
I
too.
just
And
watched
I'll
the
wax
movie
that
yesterday.
blue behind.
But look,
Yeah, yeah.
I
This
love
is yeah.
I
Listen,
love all women, all of them. But I prefer black women. All right,
Big
I
facts.
like the build. I like the way black women are built. Yeah, that's my natural affinity because I'm a black man. Okay, but I'm not opposed to women just because they're a different color. Women are women. All women are beautiful in their own way. You know, the ones that bless their heart, those ones with personalities. but
man, I feel so bad what I'm about to say.
but I
Uh-oh,
prefer
come on,
black
Bishop.
women.
Come on,
I
Bishop.
can't go
Come
there.
on,
I
Bishop.
just Rory's a better man than me in this area.
Okay.
He's just a better man. If it ain't chocolate, I don't want it.
My
If it
sister
ain't
said he
chocolate, I
never
don't want it.
discriminated.
I'm not. I'm not.
Well, see, mine's
No,
different
I
because of
can't. I can't.
international. My father was in the Air Force. My very first girlfriend, I'll never forget her name. My very first girlfriend, I'm 3 years old. Very first girlfriend's name was Diana Hesse. Little white girl. My father was in the Air Force. His friend was in the Air Force. And we used to go play, blah, blah, blah. I got a little older. You show me yours. I show you mine, that type of stuff. But I always went to military schools where it was everybody. Okay? And I told the story. I told the story to you guys. Once my father retired, we went to Chicago where I was raised. Inner city. This was my thought in fourth grade. I have never seen so many black people in my life in one spot. I was nervous.
Culture shock.
Okay, culture shock, culture shock. And unfortunately, military schools, I had to dumb myself down so I wouldn't get beat up and bullied because I was smarter than they were. This is no ish. I was smarter than because the school quality was different in the military. When I went to the south side of Chicago, these kids couldn't read. I was like, Jesus Christ, y'all stupid. So that's how come
True or false? True or false?
I can relate to everybody because I was raised around everybody.
Yeah. So true or
Yeah, and
false?
see, I think it's
Pastor just threw something out. True or false? Pat, one of the pastors, one of the comments just threw something out. He said women today are looking for the six figures and they don't really care about anything else. They just is all about the MONEY.
that is
Is that
so
true or
not
false?
true. No, it's
That's
not
not true.
true.
That's
That's
not
not
true.
true. You know what the problem is?
That's not true.
Women are looking for a man to keep a job and
That's
pay his
true.
bills on time. That's the
That's
problem.
true.
Hello.
A lot of men today are really looking for somebody to take care of them and have somebody take
Okay.
care of all that they want them to do and make sure that they straight and all that. Men, this is the thing, and I can't speak because we're a different group, but a lot of the younger brothers saying stuff now like, I need somebody to pursue me. I need somebody to chase me. I'm thinking about myself, what you doing over here?
Right.
Then when she get on bended knee, you crying about your integrity and being disrespected as a man. Like we don't take into account that our circumstances build the way that we are. Like at the end of the day, most men who are six-figure earners, whether they're black or white, and I'm big on this stuff because this is what I work in. Most men who are married and they have six figures or seven figures, they are married to their high school sweetheart. Most of the men who are very well off either don't get married or they're widowers. So people don't understand. Most people who are married, you ever notice the ones who do very well, college educated, Dr. Sims type, they got all the degrees, and they were with somebody in high school and college. They're
Yeah.
not dating outside that. The 49-year-old man, ladies, unfortunately, statistics have shown they want the 22, 23. They're looking to have a good time. They're not trying to build a relationship.
No, they're really
And I
not.
think, and I want to get back to this one point, man, because somebody said something in the comments about this. Everybody experiencing childhood when it comes to race is just different.
Hmm.
I grew up
Hmm.
in Harlem, and in Harlem, the
Mhm.
majority of the people that's black in Harlem was performing arts people. Everybody was
Right.
highly educated, and we were pushed to go to black colleges and all that. But
Hmm.
I have a brother who's adopted. He grew up in a white neighborhood, and when he got to a black school, it was very overwhelming for him. I
Mhm.
don't think people understand how much of a big transition that is. And
It is.
so, just for the argument's sake, like people, it's not that we're knocking anybody, the black community or the
Right,
school that
right.
says I don't know nobody tripping about that. I'm saying that that's just everybody's experience. But back to the love thing. Here's my problem with love that nobody wants to talk about.
Come on.
We've made it a group project. That's why I said in my ebook, you got to.
That's your thing. That's your
It's a
thing when you come to social media. That's your thesis statement.
Yeah, it's a group project. Like if all five of us sit up here and dog women all day, it's weird because we're just trying to love one. And
Hmm.
all of us have five different preferences, five different tastes about certain things. We might all be synced, but we all ain't dating one woman. So when we say general statements,
Right.
what it
Right.
does, it becomes a group project instead of an individual find. So now
Right.
I'm making it a group project where all women are terrible, but I want a one-on-one, a man who find out the wife, find out the good thing, and find a favor with the Lord. Like
That's the
you should be
book.
looking for your blessing instead of getting all in the whole conversation, dog. It's weird to see women dog men and then be butt naked on this app. That's weird.
Hey.
Yeah.
You
Well, I'll
got
tell you
your
this.
buns out,
Now,
but man, it's
Yeah.
trash.
But
It's the
men is
same
the
thing to
group
trash.
see a dude
project.
with his shirt off talking about women don't respect me. You don't respect yourself. You got your nipples out and you're sitting up there
Yeah.
trying to figure.
All oiled up and whatnot, all
Yeah,
sexy
that's
flexy.
just
Yeah.
weird.
But see, the whole group, I kind of differ from the group project thing because you notice when I
Right.
do speak, I always talk about me and my experiences and what
Right.
I've done, blah,
Hmm.
blah, 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 so people can learn from what I've done. I never tell anybody what to do, nor do I put a lot of people in my business. That's the first thing. Second thing,
Exactly.
let's get back to that. Women want men with six figures. I disagree completely. I come from inner city Chicago, south side of Chicago. Now, I did take my high school sweetheart with me, thanks to with tapping on what James said, and we were doing very well. I got away from that inner city gang violence environment. Okay.
Mm.
But I have friends and associates, I'll say more associates to this day. The only reason they own a house is because they lived in the basement until their parents died.
Right.
Okay. I
Right.
got some friends that are so successful relationships,
Wow.
but they're not six figures because I know people that have don't even think they can make six figures. That's what it's like inner city Chicago. They want to make sure they
Right.
can feed their family, take care of themselves, be a good person, not get shot, that
Hmm.
type of stuff. Okay, if they're
Facts,
making
facts. Yeah.
40,000, 50,000,
Right.
they're good. All right, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
the environment. You've made it if you're making 40,000 a year, inner city Chicago.
Hmm. Hmm.
Okay,
In the city. In the
uh,
city. That's
so
good. That's good.
yeah,
That's
so
real
that
true.
Really
whole
good.
women are only looking for six figures. No, some people just looking for a good man. They want to make it.
That
I'll say it right there.
Rory, you've gotten two proposals tonight, Rory.
But hold on, Big Green Eye says, "Wait, can't you have a good man?" And you can absolutely have good.
Man, don't nobody want to hear from AJ.
Hold
Get
on,
up
hold
out of
on,
here.
hold on. Wait, yeah. Hold on. I was about to say, don't go down AJ's rabbit hole. Don't do that.
No, 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 nobody
Don't
want
do
to hear
that.
from AJ. AJ is
Don't. I
crazy.
love you, AJ. Love
They
you,
said
dear.
Love you.
don't do it.
Love you dearly.
Hold
You're
on,
my
Big
girl.
Green Eyes. Is that the young lady that's in the army?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
that's the
She's what I
army.
was talking about, like wanting the solid but
Army.
third strap. No, just like
Okay,
No, no,
Yeah.
no. I'm gonna
Yeah.
throw this out.
Yeah.
Wait, real quick. Can
I'm
you
just
have
playing.
good
both?
stuff. You
AJ.
good.
Hey, Rory. Hey,
The one.
Rory. When we said that Rory, one of the five, Rory sucked toes, man. You got two proposals.
Yeah.
But I will say this.
He
They
got
say,
two.
can't you?
I'm not
They
lying.
say,
He got two proposals.
look. They say, can you have both? Of course you can. Ask my
Of
wife.
course, of course.
Yes, you can.
My sister said I can't get married, y'all. So y'all, that's the go through. Y'all want to talk to me? You got to go through my sister.
Well, she tell her she needs to be here on the Battle of the Sexes.
First of
She's
all,
got the first hot seat. Tell her she's got to be
Dr.
here.
Sims, Dr. Sims, I just want to go on record. Big green eyes, put a gun emoji on there to threaten me. I feel triggered. I just want to
Uh-oh,
say
all
I
puns
feel
intended.
triggered. I feel triggered. Okay. No, but I
Okay,
do. I
let's
do.
shift gears. Let's shift gears quick, guys.
Yes.
How do us men, how do we develop intimacy with our partner? Because to Bishop's point about his book, This is a whole thrust behind this book. How Phil, Yella, how do y'all build intimacy with your partners?
One word: try. Because I'm still working on to this day. We're there, but we need to continue to, keep try. You got to try.
Yeah,
You got to give a shit. You got to care enough to try. That's it.
yeah, yeah. My baby, she will be watching TV. We just finished Breaking Bad. Everybody needs to watch Unprisoned with Kerry Washington. We finished that last night, and she'll lay on the couch and put her legs across my lap, and I'm just rubbing on her legs because she's still dealing with the after effects of the accident. So I'm really catering to her right now. So rubbing her feet, massaging her legs, making sure she's good, warming up her food. So that's building intimacy. You know what I'm saying? How do you do it, Yellow?
In one word,
Yeah,
I listen. Listening is the listening is one of the greatest show of compassion that you can show someone.
that's
Listen.
good. That's good. When did that become real for you?
I
When
need
did
to
that
work on
become
that.
real for you?
Early on in life, like in my mid 20s, mid 20s, once I realized that listening is a fleeting art for some folks.
Very
It's
much
a
so.
it's a lost art for some folks because a lot of
Yeah.
people don't, they hear you but they're not listening. You know,
See, that's me.
see, it's also a bigger
Feel.
thing.
Dude,
It's also a bigger
not
thing to
not trying to
Feel.
cut you off, y'all. That's me. My wife or my daughter was like, "Dad, I got a problem. Here it is." Blah blah blah. I hear the problem and I try to fix it.
right,
I don't
You
listen to
you
why
run
hurt her
it. You run
feelings.
it.
I
You
don't
right,
run
listen
it.
to what got her there. I'm like, this is the problem, baby. You need to do this. I didn't take the time to listen to why she felt that way, what was going on, blah blah blah. I hear the problem and I want to
right,
fix it, and that's not always good.
If
right.
she said if she
I need
said,
to
"Baby,
listen.
my car, I don't have gas in the car," you ready to run out to Murphy's Oil, aren't you?
Right. And look, and the problem ain't the gas in the car. The problem is because it just happened financially. But I didn't hear the problem. I just heard I ain't got no gas. I'm gonna put some gas in the car. That doesn't
Right.
fix the problem.
Right.
That's
That's good.
hearing and not listening.
Like
That's
so
good.
so to continue what I was saying, when we as men, we like to consider ourselves as fixers. You know, just to
Yeah.
go what
That's what
Steve was
we
saying.
are.
We like to consider ourselves as fixers. And I'm going to say this for the group, and I say this to a friend of ours that was just in here. Whenever I talk to her, and she's going on and on and on, the first question always ask her: Am I hearing or am I helping?
Ah.
Am I listening or am I helping?
Uh-huh.
Because
Mm,
I can hear you all day, and then
mm,
just go ahead and wait to respond to what you're saying,
Yeah.
mm,
or am I helping? Are you going
mm.
to give me just enough information to, so we can have this two-way dialogue so I can then go ahead and help you out with whatever problems that may arise? So for me, the listening part is one of the greatest parts of intimacy that you
That's
can
good.
impart onto your
Yeah.
Very
What
partner.
about
good.
you, JT? What about you, JT? How do you
Um,
build
I,
intimacy?
I think I built intimacy by, there was a great word my friend said today that was very powerful that reflects who I am. Is that I'm there. You have to be there. Like you got to be present with the person that you're there, and you are constantly adding value to the person. Like if they tell me what their flaw is, they tell me what they like, they tell me what makes them hurt, they tell me I'm learning them. I think that's the best way to say it. I'm learning them so I know how to better love them. Because when I learn them, that is intimacy. So when I talk to them, they're able to understand and process where I'm coming from. And I would also like to add that one of the things that I have learned that I think needs to be done more is do do I seek to understand more than just trying to be understood?
Yeah.
When I should seek to understand than to be understood. In other words, I need to be more understanding because there are times when a woman comes to you that's going through things they're venting. You know, a woman can
Right.
tell a story within another story that had a backstory from the front story, and it's like you there for a minute. And
Right.
I just want to be engaged in the conversation because I found that, and I want to say this before we move forward. I don't have that right now anymore.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Yeah.
Mine's is, dealing with terminal illness. So I have a
Right.
whole nother world now, you know,
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
of you know, potentially becoming a widower. And I keep saying potentially because I'm still holding on with all doubt. But just to,
Amen, brother.
you
We're with
know,
you. We're with you.
that I don't have that. I don't have the intimacy. I don't have the friendship. I value it more. Like, let me tell you something. If you got a good woman,
Yeah,
you don't know what can happen.
Yeah.
that's
Enjoy
right.
that woman, spend time with that woman, love that woman, care for her. You know, because I'm essentially about to be raising four on my own. Me and my wife had the conversation. So yeah,
Yeah.
brother, it's
Yeah.
just a different world, man.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I say, and I got regrets of not being just more attentive
Yeah.
and those type of things. So yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we
I want
definitely
to I
praying
want
for
to
you.
piggyback with
Good
JT
evening.
about
Yeah.
the learning. That never stops, gentlemen. I've been
Yeah.
married for 30 plus years and I'm still learning. Everyone in here right now, you are not the same person you were 10 years ago.
Facts.
True.
So that needs to be learned again. That learning never stops. You say I do, that means you better.
Yeah.
That learning never stops.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Amen. Again, good evening again, everybody. We're upwards of 87 people. Y'all tap on that screen. I want us to get close to 100,000 likes. We got another question from Pastor. Which relationship is better? A monogamous relationship or a polyamorous relationship? And Yellow put it in comments. Conversation. You got to have a conversation. I asked this to my client sometime, my relationship clients, and the majority of the women that I talk to, they said they are not mature enough yet to share their husband. The men, of course, the men were like, the Abraham, Sarah, Hagar in the Bible. But again, you have to have the conversation because a lot of people are in a polyamorous relationship, they just don't know it.
Right.
So it just depends. Just have the conversation. Come
I
on, Yellow.
I want to address. Excuse me. I want to address that real quick. I've been in conversations. I've been in circles where that question has come up. A monogamous relationship, a polyamorous. Living poly, living mono, whatever the case may be. Okay. Here's the thing. First of all, who are we to judge how you live your life? That's
There we
first.
go.
That's first and foremost. Second of all, in the relationship that you're in, regardless if it's monogamous or as polyamorous, are you treating each other with the proper respect? Period. I don't care if you're treating one person with respect or you're treating five people with respect. How you treating your people? That's two. Secondly, can you handle it? Because not everybody that goes into a gym that pack on plates on that bar and pick it up and excuse me how I say it, but that shit crashed down on your chest. Now you got other people trying to do the work that you were supposed to do in the first place.
Facts.
Can
Right.
you handle it? Don't put something on your plate that you can't eat.
Mm.
Okay? Don't do it.
Yeah,
Now,
it takes a
you will
lot of
you
communication.
you will
Because
get
you
these
eating
com- you're
twice,
getting these you're getting these conversations. You're getting these
spirit,
conversations all the time.
spiritually and physically. You eating
You're
twice.
getting these conversations all the time talking about, you know what, I think I do better with two or three people. You can't handle yourself in a mirror. So what makes you think that you're going to be able to handle two or three other folks? What makes you think
It's
that? It's the
it
truth.
takes work. It
It's
takes
the
and
truth.
because you got it's a level of discipline, it's a level of communication, and if you are struggling to Yellow's point and to James' point, if you're struggling with one person, now you double the delight. You double that. And now
There you
you
go.
got to spend time with A and B. And if you spend too much time with B, A gonna be on your butt. You spend too much time with A, B is gonna be on your butt. And then do you want to have two people mad at you at the same time?
So are we
Listen,
saying, do we agree? Do we believe in it, or do we support it, or and then
Well,
we're
just
saying,
your belief on it. It's not necessarily
Well,
whether
okay,
you believe it or not.
I'll
It's
okay,
just
okay,
what's your
okay.
ideology. And
I
I give
I
you a
I'll
I
say
biblical
I,
one.
I don't.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go with
okay,
yellow.
okay.
I don't.
I'm gonna go with
I
yellow.
don't.
What folks do is none of my damn business. Okay,
I
first of
don't.
all.
I don't. For
Second of
me,
all,
for me.
me personally, I want a monogamous relationship. Here's why.
Right.
I know what I have, and I can take care of that to the best of my ability. I don't want a whole bunch of stuff on my plate because everything ain't dessert. Sooner or later, gonna get a beet or a rutabaga. Something bad gonna go in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? I want to control that menu. You see what I'm saying? I'll get some bean sprouts, man. Come on. Okay. I'm gonna stick with
Hey
my
yo,
relationship that
Phil.
I can control the menu, and the menu. My
Right.
wife can control it when it's her turn to cook. That type of thing. I don't need to be all over the place. I'm
gotcha,
sorry.
Hello. Hello,
gotcha.
Sneaky. What were you saying, James?
Yeah, Yeah, I don't believe in it for me, and
Okay.
I wouldn't want my kids to do it either. I can't speak for the world, and here's my reason why. I don't want my son eating two coochies. I don't want my daughter playing with two binglings. I mean, y'all can say whatever you want to say, but for
Yeah.
me,
I
I don't want it, and I'm a father, so I don't want to be coming and having to check on my kids and deal with all that
Right.
other stuff and going on. I got a fight bill, but then Bob blowing her back out. And then I'm not, no, I'm not doing all that. Then plus, with the poly world, you got to share yours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm not trying to come home looking at her sideways because she coming and talking about I had a great night. Then I got to be like, well, how was what made it great? Now I'm
You
living in
have
the
an
world of insecurity.
And I mean,
entanglement.
but James, you bring up an excellent point, and this is why many people that talk about it can't really deal with it. And that's why a man is cool with two women, but when a woman says she wants two men, it's a
man,
totally different ball of wax. You
right.
know?
It's
Nah,
cool when
bro.
I
I'm
And
do
it's
it.
just
it,
proud
It's a
that
listen,
James
problem when
said
I do it.
dingaling with his whole chest.
yeah, bro. Like, listen, bro. I can't die, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because then I got to compete with that. You know
Right.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Right.
And then she
But
coming
if
talking about,
there's an
oh, I had a time
understanding,
last night. And then you got to ask yourself, do I measure up? Am I doing what I need to do?
Right.
And
I'm
you
not
be
trying to
and you
go
sit
through
there
all of.
now, James. I know how
Oh,
you
bro.
are. You sitting there trying to be cool, like quit
Oh
talking
man,
about it. I don't want to hear
you
it. I
know
don't
me,
want to
Doctor
hear
Sims.
it.
I'm sitting there looking at her because I know what she came from doing. I'm mad as a mug. I'm about to tear. I'm punching the air. I'm not going through all
not
them
to
changes.
mention, you know, these houses ain't built like solidly like they were back in the day. These the walls are thin, so now you got to listen
Hey,
to the oohs and the ahs and the and the oh my gods and Lord
Yeah, yeah,
lords,
yeah, yeah.
and
Look,
then you be like, wait a minute, that was one too many lords, and I don't get that kind of oohs and ahs.
and
no.
and,
You
That
and,
see,
tone,
you
and
see what I'm
that it
that
saying?
takes
tone was a little off.
to
What are we
answer
doing?
Pastor's point. It takes a high level of maturity because look at the women, and women are already having a self esteem issue. And if you talk about A a little too much, B gonna get in
Facts,
her feelings. And then when you
facts.
with B and you would go back to A, and then you start talking about B a little too much.
Hmm.
And
Look,
listen, man, we got egos, bro.
Facts.
I
I
know,
know
hello.
me. I'm gonna come. I can see myself now. You did the best you can. Don't
I'm
no
done with this
man.
dude, man.
Look,
I'm
you
done
got
she
with this
been
this.
dude.
out.
I'm
Look,
not
she
going
went
through
out
all
and
of changes, bro.
look.
I'm
She done
not
went out,
going
got
through
busy.
all of
She done
changes.
went out, got busy.
Yeah.
Come back to you.
Facts.
Y'all get in it, and boom, you got a rutabaga
Nah,
in the mouth.
bro.
Like I said
No,
before.
nah. Nah, and then think about it. I got to go behind and kiss after you kiss this, bro.
Thank you, Amos.
Rutabaga,
I
Thank you,
can't do
Amos.
that, bro.
Thank you. I was
rutabaga.
I
just
can't
about to
rock
say
with.
that. Comparison is a thief
Hey,
of
and
joy.
that leads
Facts.
to the other point. Men,
Facts.
Oh,
we're not jealous. Men are not jealous per se. We are territorial
Nope.
and we're
yeah.
possessive.
Nah,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna
no, no,
disagree.
We're
no,
I'm
not
no.
jealous.
jealous.
Dr. Sim,
No,
stop. I'm
no,
jealous,
no,
territorial. I
no.
don't want to share. That's my
Facts.
snack. That's my
That's
goody
mine.
goody.
It's mine. She
You
belonged
understand
to
what I'm
me.
saying?
Women,
I don't.
women, women. I hope you hear us. Men,
Listen,
we are very possessive, with territorial, and JT out of the five of us, he's jealous. So
hold on.
you is
Yeah.
here, okay?
I'm
Right.
with
And
you.
somebody
Listen,
said,
the
y'all, somebody
Bible
said, y'all
said,
jelly. You right,
look,
girl. I'm jelly.
the
Call
the
me whatever you
Bible
would call me,
said,
whipped cream, poo poo, whatever you want.
look, the Bible said God said He was an angry God, a vengeful God, and I'm made in His image.
Full,
Listen.
full talk. You see that?
Hey,
That represents
Rory, you
that
mighty
Somebody
represents
quiet,
said
bro.
James needs some
Hey, Rory, you
TLC.
Forest
feel
and
like
Longhorn.
you don't like to share, do you, Rory?
Rutabaga.
Don't do it.
First of all, Rory don't might not want to share with another man, but multiple women, I don't think he has a problem.
So
It's based
here's the thing.
based on my experience.
Based
Based on
on
my
my experience,
assessment.
based on my experience, you have to have a conversation,
Right.
and
That's
it's
right.
more than just the physical aspect of the relationship.
Hmm.
Sometimes A can't do what B does.
Dr.
Okay,
Sims, Dr.
and
Sims,
then
I don't mean to cut him off. He ain't answer the question, Dr. Sims. Everybody else answered the question. Why Rory get to skip answering the question? Why everybody else is like, we gonna be monogamous. We not gonna do that. What's up,
James over
Rory?
here snitching.
Speak
Look at
speak your
James over
truth.
here
because
straight
Speak
snitching.
your truth, Rory.
I understand polyamory. Like I understand it. I get it.
Rory,
Right.
For
are
a
you
long
for it?
time,
No,
I
no,
thought
answer
I
the
was
question.
weird because that. If B wants to mess or wants to have a relationship outside of our relationship, go ahead. I understand that. Now,
Okay.
will I be in a polyamorous relationship? No, but I
Okay.
understand the dynamic because I've had the conversations before.
Somebody said they understand in about 5 minutes. They understood it.
Yeah. Listen.
This is a great live tonight, y'all. This is
I
Oh,
good.
can't do
See,
it,
we're not
man.
look,
glitching
What I
anymore.
was
We're
the
not
world,
glitching anymore.
No, we're not.
what I was getting
the
at.
world's too scary for me, man. The world's too scary.
Hey, man.
Monkeypox, syphilis, gonorrhea, other stuff I can pronounce, 4 letters.
Come on, man. We
I'm just
mixing
saying.
berries and juices. I'm not doing that. Here's the thing nobody wants to admit to, Rory.
Go ahead.
And we all friends, so we can say it.
Yeah, go.
See, your freak level is high,
It
right?
is. It is.
You got that. Let me move my hand where the camera can see it. You in that. I'm right here. I'm trying to,
Yeah,
and
he's in
then I
that
gotta,
upper stratosphere.
yeah.
Right.
So what happens is you have insecurities,
Uh huh.
then you have the relationship going bad, and then they start leaning to the other person. Because I got a homeboy who's in a probably because you have to be careful for everybody. Then
Yeah.
everybody
Right.
has to be tested. Then everybody has to go through the process of making sure that each partner is with each other. Then everybody has to meet each other. Then
Mm-hmm.
people have nights where they need to share one another. That's a lot. And then what
It's a
happens if
lot.
somebody gets pregnant and you have children? Then y'all both got to go to the doctor. You got it, Rory, or I got it. You think your nut went further than mine? It's a lot. It's a lot. And then I got to sit there looking at it. Then I got to see if my swimmer got more power.
The sexual aspect is more to it than just the physical.
I gave you one of that. I got to deal with you getting pregnant. I got to deal with it might be your child. I would not be my child. I got to
But that's
share
where the
you.
conversation comes in,
I got to share you emotionally.
and that's where the
And then
conversation.
and then if I need you on my night, I need you on their night. I can't get that. So I have to be willing
It's
to.
a lot.
So
I
if you
gotta
can't
It's
get
a
that,
split.
that's
lot.
why you have the other one. That's why you have the other one.
See, freak level. There you go. See,
And it's
I'm
not.
not too
It's
worried.
really not
No,
being
no,
a
no,
freak.
no.
It's really.
I see what Rory's saying. I see
Emotional
that
level.
because
I'm not trying to talk to Sarah and then CC and try to figure out which one gonna give me quality time. I just need CC to stay ready with me.
hold on,
That's
wait,
all I'm
wait, wait.
saying.
Let me interject right here,
Come
real
on,
quick.
yellow.
Due to the fact that I have quite a few friends that live the lifestyle, I am a little bit better versed in it. It is not about okay. What James was saying, he has a valid point.
Yeah, yeah, very bad.
But to Rory's point, before you even get to that point to what James is making, you've had the
Right.
conversation.
We had
You
several
That's
all
right.
conversations.
you already know where you stand. In a polyamorous life is like being in a love house. In that love house has many rooms. What room do you fit in? You see what I'm saying? And if you're not in that room at that moment, you don't go in. If you don't fit in that room, you don't go in.
Mm.
It takes a ton of
Yeah.
conversation, and it
And
is
and
a
people that make
special
it work
person. It is a
is people that
special
make it
person
work.
that can
It
handle
works.
that.
Yeah.
Not
It takes
everybody's
a lot
built
of
for
work.
that. You're not built for it.
Well, I have to
Exactly.
listen
Can,
and
can,
learn.
can we be
Some
honest
don't
though?
live
Can we be
together.
honest emotionally? Y'all don't want to have this conversation.
Come
But the
on.
Sure.
majority of the poly people that we see on this app and the poly people we know, they always have a lot of trauma.
Yeah.
No matter what you tell me, a lot
So,
of them that I have seen
I don't pay
has a
attention to the
lot of
ones that's
trauma.
on this app. Okay,
Right.
I
okay.
Right.
know them personally.
I
Like
know
I could
some
drive,
personally.
I could drive down the street and go see these people, and they live a beautiful life. They have an understanding that most
Mm,
folks just can't grasp, and I see that
Right.
for them. I don't knock them for it, baby. You
mm-hmm.
all are you all are taxpayers. You're responsible citizens.
Right.
You're productive in
Yeah.
society. I got nothing to say. What you do behind your closed doors is
Right.
on you. But be
Right.
very careful how you open up those doors to others, because not everybody have that same expectation or understanding.
Right.
Yeah. Come on.
That's
Give
true.
us your final words. We'll start with Sneaky, Rory, JT, and then Yellow. Come on. Open. Follow. Lead us out. Sneak.
Well, first thing is, not everybody living with the upside down pineapple. If you know, you know. I
If you
don't know
know,
a
you
lot
know.
of people. I don't know a lot of people in those polyamorous relationships. I know people that was hoes. All right, they were trying to hit as much as they could, but they weren't trying to keep nobody. I just knew a bunch of hoes,
Right.
so I'm not versed. You know, hoism, got it. But no, I'm not versing that. But anyway, I love you guys. This was a great conversation, and I just want to say that I look forward to Wednesdays. I learned so much from you guys. Hopefully, I impart some knowledge to you too. Can't wait till Wednesday. Blue Table Talk forever. I'm out.
Facts.
Love you, man.
Love you,
Love
Steve.
Come on, Rory.
So if we're gonna talk about polyamorous and blue table, upside down pineapples and whatnot. Once upon a time, I dated a woman that would wing for me. Let's just put that out there. I dated a woman that wanted to see me, and in turn, it turned me on to see her with other men. Okay, so that's how. And then, but the conversation we had conversations. Okay,
Yeah.
Now, as far as polyamory and being in a relationship like that, I know I have the capacity for it, but I'm not going to do it because that's not where I am in life right now.
Somebody said I knew it. That's funny.
With that being said, I love all of y'all.
Love you,
y'all
bro.
go follow my backup page, Rory the Storm One, and from now on, my new name I am to be known as Black Rory. Don't ask no questions.
Okay.
My new name is Black Rory.
All right, Black Rory.
Black,
Hey, Black Rory. All right.
Does Black Rory come with a cape? I'm just asking.
I know. He's got an emblem. He's got a B. It's a B. It's a B on his chest.
Gotta have a symbol.
Come on, JT.
So I want to make sure I talk about the foundational stuff we talked about emotional intelligence. I'm not doing a shameless plug. I'm gonna plug my book. If you can go to my link in my bio, it's called Healthy Emotions Make Healthy People. It's only $12.99, 13 pages of great literature just to help you have the foundations of what emotional intelligence is. Based on this conversation, there are things that I agree with when it comes to relationships and age, that I think there needs to be a level of maturity. That's one. Number two, when it comes to the poly side of a relationship, I just don't know if many people are actually capable of it and using it as an excuse to be promiscuous. But those who live that lifestyle, I believe they may be built for it. Lastly, I will say I love you, brothers, man. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for praying for me and encouraging me as a man of God and just as a friend. You know, Yella, I could call you anytime. Dr. Sims, I could call you anytime. So I can call Rory too, other guys. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Have a great day.
Love you, man.
Big man, big ups. Much love, baby.
Come on, Yellow. Man, we just so proud of you, man. Proud, just glad you got this new place of employment, man. Just really happy for you, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm one thing that I can definitely say, and I get to the closing statements. The one thing I can definitely say is that I am blessed with patience. It's kind of a rare quality for a Taurian man, but to have so much patience. But I am a patient man, and I did my due diligence. I stayed on the grind. I stayed looking, and whatever is for you will be for you, and I believe that. So I'm going to go ahead and take this position, and I'm going to be of service. I'm going to make sure that I am of service, and I'm going to do it to the best of my ability.
Amen. Love you, man.
But wait, but to go to what I was saying with the relationships, regardless of the age, regardless of how many you have a relationship with, whatever the case may be, the whole thing about any relationship, regardless of the stage or the amount, how do you communicate effective? And listen to me, people. I had to say this in my interview today, and the person that interviewed me actually had to pause and think about what I was saying. We all talk about communication is the key. Okay, we all say that. We all say that. We all say that, and most of us believe it. I'm going to push back a little bit. You need to add a qualifier to that communication. That communication, see, and Rory said it, effective communication. And that's true to a certain extent, because you can be effectively wrong and still communicate wrong messages. My thing is, if you don't have correct communication, then your communication is moot, because you can be effectively wrong all day long. Hell, look at the Republican Party, but I digress. I digress on that. So if you have correct communication, effective listening, if you are effectively listening to what the correct communication says, is going to equal out to a more competent conversation. So wherever correct, what correct communication sounds like, repeat what you're going to say to that next person to yourself, and repeat it twice. If it makes sense to you, go ahead and say it. If it doesn't, if you have any doubt to it, keep your comments to yourself until you find out what you're going to say. So with that, I'm going to say I love y'all, Dr. Sims. I'm so glad that I made it today because in the past 2 weeks, I was in pain. I was tortured. That was really bad. So y'all go out there and be a blessing to those that don't expect it and expect nothing in return. Y'all be well.
There you go. Thank you, man.
Love y'all.
All right, guys, we talked about a lot of stuff tonight, but at the end of the day, love you, Angel, love everybody tonight. These brethren, we look forward to doing this. Guys, go ahead and sign up for our first annual Adam and Eve Men and Women's Conference, sponsored by the Blue Table Talk for Men. The link is in my bio. Click on that first tab and go ahead and get your registration taken care of. We're going to have man talk, we're going to have woman talk, and then we're going to come together and have a battle of the sexes facilitated by Dr. Sims. Coach Angel is going to be one of the facilitators for Woman Talk. We got Pastor Ray. We got Coach Zeke. And I got to talk to another gentleman on Friday that may be a part of Man Talk. Okay? And we're going to have a great time. We're going to be in Cedar Park with Austin, Texas. We're going to have nighttime fun. We're going to have the conference. And then we're going to have some more nighttime fun. I am so looking forward to it. I got my flight. We've got the rental car. I got the hotel. So we are all roads lead to Cedar Park, Texas. Round Rock is around the corner where Rory is. So you're gonna get a chance to see Rory. But at the end of the day, guys, and I have a new term, and this is on my TikTok. It's called assumption ships. Many of you watching me tonight in your relationships, you operate not in a relationship. You're not even in a situationship. You're in an assumption ship. You assuming one thing, they assuming something else, and y'all are on two different sheets of music. I tell all of my clients, my relationship clients, the very first thing you do, you need to define what it is you want, what are your expectations, and you need to see how closely that next person that you're in relationship with line up with that. Many of you tonight, you don't know how the other person feels, and you may or may not want to. Okay? Definition is powerful. Whether it's a monogamous relationship, whether it's polyamorous, whether it's heterosexual, homosexual, lesbian, etc. It doesn't matter. You still dealing with another person. And as Yella said, if you're not correctively, effectively communicating, you're gonna always be bumping heads. Let's get on the same sheet of music. So what would it sound like if the choir on Sunday or whatever song you listen to, they singing, what can Alicia Keys sing, if I don't have you and I be your secret diary? You got to be on the same sheet of music. And if you need help tonight, and many of you need some help tonight, go to the link in my bio and you can set up a complimentary consultation with me. Okay? You need to, what do you want? The two hardest questions for somebody to answer is who are you and what do you want? I teach this in my class on Thursdays. What do you want? What you want? See, I don't know, and complaining are not action plans. Let me give you one of my sim isms. You cannot complain about what you put up with. Rory has a pit bull, and my brother-in-law has one. Rory has a pit bull. His name is Red. If Red pooped in the house every day, and he scratches at the door, Rory doesn't bother to take him out because he's on TikTok. He never takes Red out, and Red poops in the house. Can Rory legitimately get mad at Red? Red does what he's supposed to do. He scratches on the door to let Master know I need to be let out. Now, if Rory let him out and he still comes in and poops in the house, then that's another conversation. But if Rory ignores Red and he poops in the house, Rory can't complain about what you're putting up with. And we said it tonight. If you want different, you have to do something differently than you've done to this point. One of the things I tell my clients, and one thing I share with you, and I do this on my coaching Mondays and Tuesdays. When you're about to date somebody, ask them for their personal development paperwork. Have you been to a counselor? Have you been to a therapist? Or have you seen Coach Sims? Shameless plug. You need to work on YOU. Thank y'all for being here tonight. Gentlemen, as every Wednesday, it's a pleasure. I thoroughly enjoy rocking with you guys. I rock with y'all. I F with y'all. Black, the last Wednesday is in 2 weeks from tonight. We're going to have the Battle of the Sexes 5. And boy, we ramping up for a great conversation. Woo! We're going to talk to those ladies about intimacy and sex. Thank you, G Bro, and welcome and good evening to all the new faces tonight. Make sure you follow me if you haven't followed me. I'm the host of the Blue Table Talk for Men, and we are working on putting the conference together. And somebody asked us, G Brow, somebody asked us, well, why don't y'all come on more than just Wednesday night? Nope, not yet. Not yet. I coach on Mondays and whenever the Spirit leads me to. All right. Anyway, I got to get out of here. All right. Remember, if you stay high on life, life's going to stay high on you.